Ronins to riches, take 6.
Sace.
Yeah, for all the bilinguals, Sace.
That's right.
What's up, Jay Pizzle?
What's going on? I'm here, back here, chilling.
The man behind the mic, the man, myth, the legend.
That's right. I'm
Fucking
here.
Jay Pizzle.
Technical
In the
support.
house. Mhm.
Voice of the spirits.
I kind of look Asian, so it's fitting.
You do. No, your old pics, you really looked Asian.
When I was fat, dude.
Yeah, I was like Chino's cousin. Remember, I tagged you.
Yeah.
Shout out Chino, our Asian homie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nickname Fat Dragon.
Yeah, that's my nickname,
yeah.
Fat Dragon.
Yeah.
So Ronins, how y'all doing out there watching us? We've been getting your support and your feedback. We know you love us. Thank you.
Hey, remember, like it, subscribe, people. Follow us, all platforms, Ronin to Riches, all right?
Tag a friend.
Yeah, let your friends know.
Be a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way the show's going to keep going, and that's the way the show grows. So it's very important to make sure y'all share if you are digging it.
Please like, please share, please subscribe.
Yes, very important, too. That way you get notified. Well, if you really want to, hit the bell on YouTube so that way they notify you because they won't. Sometimes they don't.
Yeah, see, I learned something today. Hit the bell.
Hit the bell.
Nice.
Be more professional.
Yeah, that's what
That's
JP here for.
I kind of want to do in the 10 right off the top.
Today in the 10, right off the
Yes,
bat?
today in the 10.
Today in the 10.
Yep. I actually had that written down. Go ahead. What's going on, Harp?
Okay, well, we want to start at the top.
But you was so
with,
hyped.
Like, kind of
You was so
Tony.
hyped.
Do we want to
Leave
be
it
like
off,
Tuttle, or do we want to be like
It's up to you,
our
bro.
dudes competing?
Hey, man, you brought it up.
You was
Okay.
so hype, Heart.
All right, well, then we got to be like in the 10. Let's just talk about what's closest to us is our guys. So we have guys competing coming up this weekend. No, 2 weeks.
May 1st.
Yeah, May 1st.
Combat sports
two
coverage.
different events, right? Combat sports coverage
Oh, and Grappling Industries.
and grappling
Yeah,
industries.
Okay, I forgot.
Right? So shout out to TMZ, or not TMZ, but the management.
Combat sports coverage.
Right, what's that guy's name?
Oh, man. Is his name Tony? Is it?
I think so. Shout out
it's
him.
It's like TG
And
MMA
Grappling
on
Industries.
Facebook. I just know your Facebook name. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, those are going to be on. One of them is going to be recorded and be live.
yeah, there'll be a lot of footage on combat sports coverage. They do pretty good. I will
Shout
say
out
that.
our boy Kamoy. He's going to be going for a belt
Yep.
against Mike Heelhook.
Yep.
Shout out Mike Heelhook. I know you too. That's my boy, but back in the day. He's over there doing jiu-jitsu in Bryan, and Kamoy is doing jiu-jitsu in El Paso.
Yeah.
Right?
I think Cristobal's coming with him.
Tim
He's
Planet.
competing on that.
Shout out Tim Planet El Paso.
Yeah, Tim P. El Paso will be there.
Yeah, well, we have how many guys on that one? 3? 2 guys?
Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
Austin.
Austin. Ralph.
Yep. Wrecking Ralph and Zach Pack.
Zach.
No. Zach Pack's doing grappling
Industries.
Back Attack. Zach Lacey.
Zach Lacey.
He's doing it, yeah.
All right, so our guys locally competing, shout out to them. They're going to wreck it. We've been drilling. They're going to do great. They're just like, they're chomping at the bits. JP, I really want to see you get back in there. I know you're super excited about getting out there. I see every day you're like just dying to get out there.
Yeah, I really want to. The timing right now sucks for like getting in the time on the mat here to train.
Yeah.
So some weeks are hit or miss. So whenever I get a better schedule and when I'm feeling good, which is gonna at another part in the show, I'll bring that up again because I had a question for y'all too. But when I'm feeling better, secret. It's not even that good of a question. I just wanted y'all's.
This fool coming at us with mystery questions and shit we don't even know about. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got to feel confident when you're going to compete, and part of that is maybe having more reps or taking more classes or being able to make it more. Definitely, cardio is a big part of it.
My cardio is horrible right now.
I know you want to get in there, kill
For
it.
sure. Yeah.
But
They're going to kill though. They're going to do great.
yeah, I think there's some guys from Austin competing too. I think there's there's 3-on-3 team duels.
Okay.
For like $1,000 cash prize at that combat sports coverage too. And I think there's a couple Austin guys.
All right.
And some local teams like Roger Torres. And I know that Ricky Peoples guy from Dark Side is on a team. Then you got the Austin guys and there's a few other teams too.
Yeah. It was good matches last time. There was some smoke. There last time for sure.
And their rule set's interesting. It's cool because it's only 5-minute matches, and then they got first takedown. So you got to wrestle in OT.
Emphasizing some wrestling. It's never a bad thing.
Yeah.
Something different. I like the variety of that tournament.
Yeah, mixing it up.
Yeah, definitely.
And they got music, they got lights, they got, it's a good setup. I think it's a different venue this time too.
Yeah,
what
they'll
I
probably
read.
grow. Probably got a little bigger one.
Yeah, and shout out to Combat Sports Coverage. I think they're taking it to Vegas. Y'all see I posted in the group. I don't know what the date is on that, but I know
It was
they're
like in
taking
a theater, huh?
Yeah, they're taking it to Vegas. That's pretty dope.
They're
so.
small and growing, but
Yeah.
guys watch them, and that you can help them grow by watching them. But yeah, they're small and growing. The owner's a cool guy. I think he's doing a good job. Every time it's going to get better and better. And then beyond that, we have seminar Gabe Tuttle, 10 Planet
May 8th.
Austin.
May 8th, right here at 10 Planet New
You can
Caney.
kick that one
Gabe
off.
Tuttle. Yeah. Remember, I told y'all, if anybody contacts me, viewers, subscribers, if you contact me and tell me, I heard about the Gabe Tuttle seminar on your podcast, you get discounts, okay? And maybe some swag. I might drop you some gear or something. So, like I said, like it, subscribe, tell people about it, and got a chance to
May 8th.
get a little discount.
Knowledge
some
bombs.
swag,
Gabe Tuttle.
Get some discounted fire because Gabe's going to come through and drop some heat, I guarantee you. So.
Yeah. Okay, then
Following weekend, if you can't make Gabe, then pack your bags and come on the 16th because Jeremy Fields, another black belt out of the 10 Planet System.
Kings.
Actually, the King, our pretty much head coach, founder of our, because I wouldn't have been shit without Fields. So, he'll be here the 16th.
black belt on the
I think it's
Eddie
12 to
Bravo.
2. Yeah, 12 to 2. I think Gabe's 12 to 2 also. And both of them are 60 apiece.
Fields
So,
is under Bravo, like
yeah,
one of the
Fields is
earlier
directly under Bravo, yes.
blacks. And then
Fields an OG.
Tuttle is under
Boogie.
one of the guys from one of the Freak Brothers.
Boogie, yes.
Okay,
I believe
nice.
he's under Boogie.
So a strong lineage for both of them.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Both going to drop heat. And it's affordable, $60. You know what I'm saying? That's super affordable for seminars nowadays, especially when they're black belts.
Yeah.
We're trying to keep people on the mats, not off the mat. So
And they like us too.
Yeah,
so.
they hooked us up with that. So
Yeah, much love to them.
Yeah, show support if you can. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, May 8th, May 16th. Support local, support the team, man. If you know anybody who wants to come, let them know. And if they show up and they heard about it on the podcast, damn, they get a deal.
Yeah.
So
Then
let's
the
get
next
it.
thing, Tony. I think he's going to have Eddie with him.
He's fighting the night before that seminar. That's why
Exactly.
we're doing the seminar on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that 16th is a Sunday because Tony's fighting on the 15th in Houston. So
that card is pretty stacked. We've talked
Yeah.
about it before. We might have to touch back on it later. But obviously, Ferguson, he's a 10P guy. And
Your
I
boy.
like Tony. He's also super close with Jeremy Fields, like we said, is one of our coaches. And yeah, if he gets this win, man, then he gets a few
Big
more
win.
wins. Like this win, he could get a title shot. Just
yeah,
because
this is definitely a big.
it's
big
about
match.
swagger, it's about having a name, it's about having that notoriety. And sometimes like a guy like Poirier decided I wanted to fight for the money more than the belt, which is fine. He's doing great things with his cash. But the UFC said, fine, then we're just going to put Oliveira and Chandler for a belt. Do what you want to do. We're going to do our own thing in a sense. So it's not crazy that Tony could be fighting for a belt. People might want to see him get a shot after being a company man, So yeah, this fight and then another win, I'd be like, yo, come on. He already probably deserves a shot, So I don't know. That's going to be a big one. It's coming to Houston.
Yeah,
H-Town.
We tried to. Your boy tried to get tickets, but I think 17,000
We gonna
tickets
get
sold
it.
out in 7 minutes.
We're
so
going to get it. Don't
now
worry.
I'm about to go find somebody to scalp him, or
We're going to get it. We're going to make it happen.
I'll find a way in.
We're going to use our connections.
Yeah, I'll find a way in.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up Tony Ferguson's Instagram here because he's been posting a lot. He's been. I like that he's so willing to make changes because a lot of guys at his level they won't. They get real stagnant, and then that's when you see the decline, and then they don't do it. But he's making
we
changes,
talked about that,
man.
right? He switched up his boxing code.
Yeah.
I think that
Or actually,
too.
he took a boxing code.
He said it also that COVID affected his ability to be able to train at somewhat, so he had to kind of isolate himself somewhat. And yeah, maybe along with that, you don't get to push yourself as much, or you're not in a gym full of a bunch of crazy killers and monsters, or maybe you need like somebody that's really focused on just helping you reach another new level. Because people are always watching you on tape. He's been just killing it for so long.
Mm-hmm.
It's bound that people are going to kind of, try to figure him out. So yeah, I think now he's super, willing to like improve and do what he needs to do to just keep growing and getting even better. I am excited, especially from what I've seen. You know, he's sharpening things up, and he's talking about he's pushing himself even more. But Neil Dariush is super beast guy, vet, tons of good skill. I mean, he's legit. He could be where Tony could be, but Neil could be fighting for the title, and he'll be deservedly getting it, you know, because he's been winning, and he's been putting in the time. He is like a Tony Ferguson, kind of to a lesser extent. You know, maybe not as flashy, definitely not as famous, but he's been putting in work. And Dana White does, you know, he will reward guys that put in work. He never turns down fights or anything. You know, I'm a Beneil Dariush fan too, but, you know, I'm also a Tony fan. So I think that he's a good win. He's not just some guy. He's tough. You know what I mean? He could get that win, get another win, looking to get a title shot. But I'm excited to see what Tony can do. You know what I mean?
I think, like you said, Tony could be right back in the saddle for like, or at least close to a title shot. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the following that he has, and you know, the crowd that he could generate, the ticket sales. You know what I'm saying? Because he is one of them guys that could bring some money to the fight. So we'll see. He just got to get that dub on this one. You know?
I don't know how I feel about that, but you know, it's so much about how much Instagram follower, how much influence you have. That kind of goes into whether you get fights or not, versus if you're the best guy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of good because it gets bigger fights, more views, more money. The sport grows, the company grows. You can get paid more in a sense, but at the same time, like, best guys get the fights. You know, like, it kind of makes sense, and it's, you know what I mean, in a way.
Well, you know, Tony, man,
It's hard.
He just took whatever all the time. So all these fights that he's been taking, he's fighting like the best at all times. So
short notice,
on short
cuts.
notice, wherever, whenever, you know. So to say that he wouldn't be able to get back in line for a title shot would just be bullshit.
I will say this, Tony, I love you, bro, but listen. El Kukui, man, whenever you're talking all the crazy emojis, sometimes I don't know what he's saying. I have to read it like 5-6 times. You're talking emoji language.
Yeah.
That's a language. You can get a degree
dog.
in that, man.
Yeah.
You can get a degree in emoji language.
I wish everything could. Yeah, I just wish I could type in emojis all day. Like, I gotta write no words. I just feel like
I think it's the cursive. It's the new cursive. It's a future cursive.
Yeah, I'm down.
Actually, you know what? It's just regression because we started with like, you know, hieroglyphs, like we're making pictures and little shapes, and then we actually made letters and words, and now we're just like, no, we'll go back to just making shapes.
See, I'm down with that. That caveman shit worked for me because, you know, I ain't I ain't gonna build you a rocket or nothing. So
True. What's funny is you brought up his post. I wanted to read this from
Tony's post?
Yeah, he posted this 10 hours ago. No excuses. Waited 3 rounds patiently for a Darce from bottom. Arms was slightly compromised from round 1 armbar, which was horrible. That armbar was insane. I don't know how he didn't tap. That was crazy.
I've seen worse, but he is a beast.
Still waited patiently. Second round, we cut him with an elbow as he went for a takedown. We were going to work on bottom until an illegal upkick reset battle. Third round, in place, and it happened. Slid the Darce on from the bottom, and it slipped off when I set the hook instead of going full Darce like we did in the Barbosa fight. No excuses. Close, but no cigar. Should have drilled my takedown defense more. Oh well, shit happens. Wrestling is my base. Say what you want. I'm doing the math and hitting my reps. And he puts every word is capitalized. How long does that take?
I think you just put cap set, you know, so
just
every
set your
letter,
caps.
you just set the cap on.
No, I mean the first letter in every word is capitalized.
Yeah. Maybe it's auto.
Maybe
I don't know.
Maybe by now it's auto because he does it all the time.
It takes time. I guess.
Well, in that case, it takes time, brother. Hey, tech nerds, how do you get that done?
You got to put in them reps. You know what I'm saying with your caps.
You know how it was fate that I ended up here? I was on my Facebook and I got a memory from a long time ago, and Tony had just won the Ultimate Fighter.
Say it's fate.
Yeah, because
fate brought you here.
Yeah, because
okay.
I
is that your
posted,
Uber driver?
The ghost told him that.
The Uber driver's name was Fate.
Yeah,
The spirits told him.
All right.
I posted Tony is my favorite fighter, and this was before he was Tony, and I didn't even know anything about 10th Planet or anything like that. I'm telling you, man, it's fate.
Here in the spirit world.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Make the connection, bro.
I'll tell you,
See the size of that cock-a-doodle-doo.
Speaking of that, you were saying one of your favorite, your favorite fighter, Carlos Condit, huge Carlos Condit fan, and I think he'll be in Austin this weekend and Round Rock possibly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can't make one of those, depending on what's going on. Yeah, man, he's just OG, putting a lot of time. Back in the day with WEC, champ.
Didn't he just have a fight?
Yeah, he
He
did.
won, right?
Against Matt Brown.
Yeah, he looked good.
Yeah, he did. He's just very skilled. I think he's one of those guys that's just so skilled, has
Yeah,
so much
man.
skill,
Super technical.
trying to put it all together, you know. Carlos Condit, shout out, beast.
Yeah, his like you said, his
Old school guy.
well, when I first started fighting, it was so hard to like, because I had decent hands, but I had no kicks. So then I had to like start learning how to kick, and I sucked at it so bad. So then it's like, okay, putting my hands with my kicks. Now I can start working a few elbows, and then these knees. And there was so many things, and like Condit just looks like he's just riding a bike in there. You know what I'm saying? Like he throws so many combos, they look so crisp.
Got takedowns,
yeah.
jiu-jitsu.
If somebody tries to take him down, he's just on it. Wizard's right there. Like he's just.
Great angles, good fight IQ.
Yeah, all his stuff is clean as hell, so I'll agree with that. I like him.
It's kind of older generation, maybe like a Donald Cerrone kind of previous generation. But when I was, 15, maybe 20 years ago, when I was beginning to watch it, he was definitely one of the guys that's like, I really like this guy. He became kind of one of my favorites.
Killer.
His style, the natural born killer.
Yeah, they ain't calling that for nothing.
Great nickname, too. MBK is a great nickname.
Yeah, it seriously is. Yeah, I pulled it up. Matt Brown unanimous decision.
Yeah, it was a unanimous decision, but he beat him up pretty bad.
Yeah,
I believe.
Very technical. Yeah,
I believe Matt Brown looked like hamburger meat.
his last the losses he had are against people like Michael Chiesa, Damian Maia, Robbie Lawler.
And how did that? Were those decisions?
Let's see. The Chiesa was a submission. He caught him in a Kimura. Let's see. Damian Maia submission, rear naked choke. Robbie Lawler was a split decision.
Yeah,
he lost to Woodley too, and that was back in 14 with a leg kick.
That's weird.
Yeah, TKO
that's where
leg
he
kick.
jacked his knee up.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had surgery.
When he got taken down and he popped his knee.
Didn't he have surgery?
Yeah, that took him out for quite a while.
Yeah. Damn.
But it gives you longevity too. It lets your body rest.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me too, watching a lot of video of Tony, seeing how he looked, how he's training more recently. Saw some video on Ben Askren and Jake Paul.
There you go. Here's
new
the
subject,
talk.
but
Here
just
it is. I still can't believe Ben's alive. Man.
Okay,
It's
listen.
crazy.
Let's get into it deep, man.
Man, I'm just
This is
I'm
my
back
shit,
from the
bro.
dead.
I'm
It's
getting
so
all
crazy.
cringed up right now
This
because
is my
have you
shit,
guys
bro.
seen the video of Ben Askren hitting pads for 11 minutes, okay, doing his thing, hitting pads, looking okay, hitting some speed, a little bit of angles, nice, turning himself over. We both had some fights. We've done, 15 years plus experience in martial arts, competing, in pretty much everything you can do. And he looked okay, He also has been avoiding shots for a long time. He kind of knows slip movements and, head movement. And then you see Jake Paul come in there, and for 11 minutes, I don't know what he was doing. He was getting stretched by a yoga instructor, and then he was running around like a chicken. The guy couldn't even jump rope, but he's supposed to be able to beat Ben Askren, who's an Olympian. Olympian? Is he Olympian?
This
I think
dude.
he's national champion, MMA champion. Yeah, he looks good boxing, but geez, man, just after watching that presser, like that warm-up, he's supposed to be getting people to view him. He's supposed to be getting attention, and everything about it, body language, was just so he just looks so weak, so uncomfortable. His team wanted to look away from him. Everybody involved didn't really know what they wanted to show, so they said, well, we're not going to show anything.
Watching a car wreck.
Yeah, man. Jeez. I've never...
A train wreck, either one.
All the years I've ever
Plane
been
crash.
training and all the footage I've seen, I have never seen anybody do any kind of weird stuff like that.
Hideous.
It was just weird. The whole stretch thing was weird. And then he's jumping rope, and he can't even keep cadence to jumping rope. Not that jumping rope helps you fight, but, hand-to-foot
movement.
coordination,
Yeah, foot movement.
angles, timing, rhythm, just swag a little bit, you just get hitting that rope. And I'm not an expert, but I don't miss beats like that. The guy couldn't get like 15 swaps to save his mom's life. He'd like mess up, and then he's like dancing around, and I don't even think he hit pads. And he's like, I don't even want to be here. I'm just so ready to fight. Like, I don't even want to hit pads. I'm just ready to go. I'm like, bro, you're supposed to promote, which is what you've been doing this whole time, but now you've fucking seized up.
Which he hasn't done a lot of promotion.
He's just
Askren's
seized
doing
up.
a lot
Maybe
of it.
he's starting to get a little nervous or realize.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Deer
Well,
in
I
the
think-
headlight.
I think he thought he was going to be able to get to Askren, and
No.
you can't.
What a fool.
yeah.
What a fool.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I think I've talked about it before. It's good to see Ben.
How much do you know
it's
about
good to see Ben
Logan Paul
reincarnated,
or Jake Paul? I
okay?
mean,
It's good to see Ben reincarnated. They brought him back. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see him alive and well. And I never liked Ben that much, but in this fight, I'm like, let's go Ben, because the Paul guy is a dipshit, and.
Are you buying into all the Askren carries the MMA on his back and his boxing versus that?
No,
you're not carrying any of that in there.
I'm not buying into none of that shit.
Me neither.
He's just trying to regardless of
it's just a money transaction. Me fight you.
Yeah, Ben's a wrestler, obviously, we know that, but still, he's had to put in some type of work over the years. You know,
Anthony Pettis has been trying to knock his block off.
Yeah.
Tyrone Woodley's been trying to knock his block off.
That's what I'm saying. So he can talk all the shit he wants about MMA, wrestling, whatever. Like, it's not boxing. It's like, who are you? Where did he box at?
I agree. In his backyard.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, dipshit. Thanks. Yeah.
I have
Red
seen,
Foreman, dumbass, 100%. Anybody sees this, find Paul's hoe ass. Tell him to come find me.
Yeah. Honestly, I would love to get rounds with Jake Paul. I'd love to get rounds with Ben Askren. Honestly, not because I disrespect him, but just I would love to train with him. He's a monster.
No, but I would like to beat the shit out of that guy.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Disrespecting the whole game.
I'll put on gloves with him.
You know what I'm saying? He's disrespecting boxing, MMA, like on all levels, just because, hey, I can just go play pickup sticks in the backyard my whole life, and then one day I'm going to start boxing people,
calling out people whose life work.
What is he like? He's like them war act guys. You know them war act losers that just got like.
Hold up now, those are my boys now.
I know.
Hold up now.
War act for life.
Don't make me throw a hand.
Who's jumping out from under the table, bro? Is anybody jumping out? But no, for real, them guys suck so bad that
we're gonna have war rack on.
Edit my ass, bro. We ain't never edited. But look. Like, they suck so bad that people just couldn't stop watching. Like, man, this sucks so bad. I just got to look at them. So they just
songbirds.
They built a clientele.
A following.
Man, so he's kind of like that, but worse, man. Worse. Because at least they're just rapping. There's so many shitty rappers out there. Like, who cares? But, like, fighters, there might be some shitty fighters, but these people had to put in work legitimately. Like they didn't just like pick up a mic in their basement and be like, hubba, start jamming and oh yeah, I'm gonna make a record. Like they had to put in so many years, and then maybe it finally come to an end. Like, oh well, I'm not gonna go pro, so I'll just hang it up.
When you get enough notoriety,
they weren't the best fighters, but still, like they put in work.
Yeah,
the guy didn't do shit. He ain't done nothing. He like beat some. Who'd he beat up?
Some YouTuber, like the guy that's like. He knows he's involved
the
with
YouTuber
KSI
and
or
an ex-basketball player.
Yeah, Nate Robinson.
But I mean, guys that never really been hit. I don't think
Nate's
he's really had a lot of adversity.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't think he just
Shout
looks
out
so
Nate Robinson.
bad.
That dude could dunk like crazy, but he's still a midget.
He looked so bad in the warm up and the presser. It just really. Man, I think when he gets out there dead in the headlights, he's going to swing, try to take it out early. It's not going to happen. Ben's going to avoid things. He's going to make it kind of a boring fight in a sense, kind of smother him. He's not going to get tired. I mean, Ben Askren's not going to get tired. Is Jake Paul going to get tired? Possibly. There's just too many unknowns for him, and there's too many things I know for sure on Ben Askren's side.
I just wish Ben would like just freak out and double him, and just shoot for a double and just like dump him on his head.
Probably in a contract.
Then
It's
pick
some
him
kind
back
of.
up and power bomb him.
It's funny you say that. Darren Till posted that people that just Ben Askren should double him, and then if he loses his purse, they'll just start a GoFundMe for him.
Yeah,
and everybody, I'll donate that to that.
I'll make even more.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be down with that.
And by the way, I'd heel hook the fuck out of Jake Paul. I just want to put that out there. Yeah. Catch me, Jake Paul. Catch me.
Yeah. Anyways, enough of that fag.
What I liked about what Ben Askren said was there was two things. You asked about the pressure of like the MMA community, and he said he doesn't feel that because he knows he's not a good boxer. And then they were like, so what about the pressure of losing to a YouTuber? And he was like, well, I think the pressure's all on him because he wants to continue a boxing career. And if he loses to the guy with the worst hands in the MMA community, that's going to be hard for him to do.
Exactly.
And he's like, for me, I'm just going to go, if I lose, it doesn't matter. I'm retired. I'll just go back to my wrestling academy and it doesn't matter.
Exactly. No, I mean,
good point.
The problem is that he thought he was going to be able to get into his head and affect him. But really, Ben Askren's doing his own thing and affecting change and improving the wrestling community. Everywhere that he goes, everything he touches, he improves. You know what I mean? He's a disciplined person, period. And he's gotten where he is from hard work. And he's not going to be shook by some kid. And I don't think he did enough research at all to even really know who Ben Askren was. Because if you knew anything about anything, you'd be like, dude, psychological warfare doesn't work on this guy. Physical attacks don't barely work on this guy. So yeah, that wasn't worth it.
Yeah,
You better off
Olympic
just go
wrestlers.
in there, Jake Paul, do your best to stay on the outside and, land power shots. But yeah, it was foolish for him to think he'd be able to get in his head. I think that's great for Jake to get the notoriety to continue, but I don't think anything's going to happen from it. And I think that Ben Askren is going to get a great payday, and that's awesome. I wouldn't turn down a fight with him.
Jake
Because
Paul,
payday, right?
Jake Paul, Red Foreman, dumbass, and I hope you get dick punched by Ben. I ain't never even pulled for Ben. I ain't never even been a Ben fan, but I hope he dick punches the shit out of that dude. I hate that dude. I don't hate nobody, but he.
He's
rubbed
cringy.
Me, yeah, he rubbed me
He
wrong,
is
man.
cringy.
Especially after seeing that video you're talking
Yeah.
about. I was like, this dude is worthless.
Who?
Paul.
Jake.
Oh, yeah, Paul. Yeah, there's actually a clip of me from...
Jake the Fake.
He's so worried about his.
Hey.
That's his new name, Jake the Fake.
He's so worried about his receding hairline that he can't even pay attention.
Shave
Yeah,
your
he
head.
combs it forward.
Yeah, shave your head, dumbass.
There's a
Jake
video-
The fake.
there's a clip
fake
from-
hair, fake boxing.
Well, I mean, he
Yeah.
has some boxing skills, but it's just disrespectful, man. But yeah, anyways, go ahead, brother.
Oh, there's a clip from my podcast, and it's me after the Askren lost the knee,
Yeah.
and it's just like I'm like fuck, because I'm a big Askren fan. I
Uh-huh.
like the dude, so I was like, and so there's like a whole clip of me online.
Why do you like him? Like, particularly, why were you a fan? Because he is such a stinker?
No, I like him
mean,
because well, first
such-
off, he made me like him more than Khabib for some reason. Made me respect grappling more because I
He
was
really
like, dude,
doesn't throw hands.
he said it really, really well. He was like, because Khabib kind of got hands, because you have to worry about the takedown
He
so much.
really has hands.
Yeah. So, like he said something like, "I'm holding guys down and like I'm literally controlling them, and there's nothing they can do about it." And I was
Exactly.
like, "Damn, that's powerful."
Oh,
So
yeah.
ever since then, I've really been, and I just like how he's like logical about things. He'll just say the truth, even if it makes him look bad. He doesn't care. So that's why I like him.
Yeah, good reason to like him. I agree.
Yeah, and then it was funny too. Jorge Masvidal commented on Jake Paul's thing,
Such
and he
a
was like,
low
"This
blow.
is weird." He was like, "This was weird." No, he commented on Jake Paul's where he was doing the thing where the guy was holding him up or whatever by his feet, like a toddler, And Jorge Masvidal was like, "Okay, this is weird, man." Like,
I think
even
he
he
just-
was like, "I can't get behind that."
Exactly. He needed to distance himself from that no community. Yeah. He needed to distance himself there. Even Mike Perry, that he had done some training with him. When they asked him about it, he was like, "Yeah, he's good at boxing and stuff." He was very much stumbling over his words to find something positive to say about it.
Speaking of Mike Perry, he got the shit kicked out of him.
Mike,
Man,
come on, Mike,
whiz
come on
ass
back, Mike.
up.
I'm kind of a Mike Perry fan. I don't
know,
want to
I
see a
was
train
pulling
wreck.
For him. No, I was pulling for him that fight, and I'm just like, oh my god.
I want to
looked
see
weird.
martial arts transform people and
looked weird.
family, transform people, make them better, and make them win.
Do you think Do you think it was him changing up everything and it just made him look weird and awkward? You remember BJ Penn did that when he started changing everything? He just looked weird, man.
I think the guy that he's fighting was good, and things just take time. He has a lot of changes in his life, like you said.
I just feel like maybe it's getting close to the end, because like
For him?
yeah, I swear.
no,
dude.
I don't think so at all. I think he just needs to find the right schedule
Maybe.
with
I hope.
family and
I hope.
training and the right kind of training. Where he's at, from what I hear, Legends, they have very proficient coaches that are working with you to, get you to the next level, that he has good training
Maybe
partners.
it's just a transition.
Yeah, it was a lot of changes. Usually when you see a guy change.
Yeah, he didn't look comfortable at all, and he wasn't even like. He looked like he wanted to start brawling because he throws some heat, and I'm like, man, he just needs to let go because it's already a dog fight. He was bleeding, beat up. I'm like, by that point, it's like, okay, we got to shift gears and go to something else because it's not working. I just go back to your old banger, whatever, do something. But it was weird. I honestly though, like you said, I'm kind of pulling for him, so hopefully it gets better.
Yeah, I am pulling for him.
I didn't catch that one, unfortunately.
Man, what card was that? That was on the
Here, let me see. I'll pull it
yeah,
up.
what was the main? Oh, that was the oh man, hold on, I went blank.
Do you want me to tell
he
you?
just fought Brunson.
Kevin
I
Holland?
called him. Yeah, Holland.
Mm.
It was the Holland card with what's his name? But
yeah,
you
he
called him.
he fought Daniel Rodriguez.
Vittori.
Yeah, you called Vittori. Yeah, I called Holland.
He just dominated.
Man,
Holland.
dude, I got trashed on that one.
He's been kind of caught now. He has a lack of wrestling defense and I think a little bit of decision making.
Who did I say? Remember, I was like, Izzy should be doing jiu-jitsu in his sleep. Holland should be wrestling. That fool should be sprawling. Like, I'm telling you, like, your daughter bumps you on the hip and you just like sprawl. Like, oh my God, you almost killed her. I just had to sprawl. You know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as you feel anybody like touching you, I'd be sprawling on everybody.
It's like
dude.
the Pink Panther. That's what that reminded me of instantly. For the you know what I'm talking about with the Pink Panther?
Yeah.
You have to be probably at least over 20 years old. Pink Panther comes in and he has his assistant kind of attacking him every time to kind of keep him on his toes. Yeah, that's good.
The old movie, The Program. Like when he gives him the ball, he starts fumbling a lot. The running back, and so the coach gives him that ball. He's like, I better not let anybody
no one can
give
take
me this
it from
ball.
me.
Yeah, so like, you know what I'm saying? It's just at all times he's on watch. Like if I was Holland, I would be dreaming about sprawling, bro.
We seen that in high school.
Took him down like
how
many times? 11 times or something.
We saw that. Like we knew coaches that did that at our school.
Yeah.
Ronins. We went to school together back in the day. If y'all don't know.
Since first grade, fool.
Yeah, we go way back. Way back.
Yeah.
We've had coaches give you the football and say, hey, no, do not let someone strip this from you.
Yeah, we had real coaches. They were crazy. Yeah. Well, no, there's still real coaches, but I'm just saying if you came up back in the 80s and 90s, it was just a different.
Man, do we need to somehow just get into the pussification of shit in America nowadays? Is that what's been grinding my gears lately?
It's really
I feel like that's not a good segue, but you know what? Fuck them. We never have good segues.
Yes.
Fuck having good segues. Why everybody got to be a bitch nowadays about stuff? It's not even a snowflake political thing. It's just people being a bitch about stuff.
Parents, whoop your kid's ass.
But both ways. I'm not even trying to make a political thing. I'm saying if you want to wear a mask, if you're not against wearing a mask, man, if it says wear a mask, don't be a bitch. Just fucking do it. Or if it says don't and you don't have to, then don't. It just people get so pissy about little tiny things, you know, like, man, and then the pussification, like the kids nowadays and like younger adults make a decision and stick with it.
The masks are so retarded, bro. I know.
If you haven't watched the movie Fight Club, you probably should watch it because I really do. Yeah, too much pussification. That's another reason to be doing martial arts. We don't really have a manifest destiny in a sense in this country right now, so we have to like have some kind of an outlet. It's a good outlet for it. You know, you need an outlet for men to be men, basically. It just boils down to that. Biology, sociology, probably psychology. You know, whatever, all the fucking ologies, bro. I'm a college graduate.
I see, like sometimes I go in grocery stores, man. I see these kids talking to their parents like crazy. I'm like, my dad would have backhanded me like way before that. Like, so it's just crazy. Like you said, it's kind of that situation. You know, they just like let them
young adults and children need structure and boundaries, goals, work.
They need their ass whooped. Just whoop your kid's ass. You'll be okay. I guarantee you. Hey man,
sprawl.
I will say the parents that we have at our gym and all the parents that I know that have their kids in martial arts or majority of kids that are in sports. Their parents know, look, life is not fair, and sometimes it can be hard, but hard work in and of itself is a reward. And sometimes hard work has other rewards, and you have to learn that, you know. Martial arts can teach you that the hard way. You could just learn it from a parent or a mentor, but you need that, you know. Tough times make tough people.
Yeah. It's about respect, man. It's about respect.
Exactly. Respect and hard work. I think about myself too. You know, think about your parents, you know, your dad or even your grandparent. How soft are you compared to your grandparent? Probably, you're soft, bro. You know what I mean? We're soft compared to them.
Yeah,
in a certain sense.
I'm tough, but my grandpa was the
so much
toughest,
technology
bro.
at our fingertips. You know, as far as ethics or what we can learn or what we can do with our time, what we choose to do, but we don't always choose to do that. You know, you're not thinking how best to live or how best to be or how to improve where I'm at. You know, you're just so upset or so focused on the tiny little things about life.
Well, you know,
people
like,
get so many little obstacles in their life. But yeah, I mean, it's not a rant, but I've definitely been reading about it and I've written about it, and yeah, Fight Club's a good movie that kind of talks about it.
It's crazy you say that because like one time my pops told me about, you know, my grandpa Papaw, PH. He you know, like nowadays, if somebody cuts their finger or it could be any little shit, you know what I'm saying? I stumped my toe.
Are you going to die? No. All right. Well, then get the hell out of here.
Yeah, there's like, you know what I'm saying? A little cut on your hand. They're like, oh, I can't work. Or, you know, there's so many different excuses, whatever. But, like, he damn near chopped his leg off one time. Like a chain popped on a chainsaw or something and, like, almost whacked his leg off. And that fool would not leave. He, like, duct taped it up and, like, just bandaged it up as best he could at work and worked the whole rest of the day and then went to the hospital at, like, 7 o'clock at night or something. You know, it's, like, crazy. It's just, like, they don't make them like that no more. You know what I'm saying? They ain't built like that no more.
He lost his leg and died.
No. He
Okay.
survived.
Okay.
Lieutenant Dan.
I think he might have needed to go to the hospital sooner. I'm not condoning that, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Just toughen up.
Just tough, dude, yeah.
Toughen up.
He used to grab, like, I remember it freaked me out because I'd see him, like, I was, like, terrified of red walls because I got stung by, like, 7 or 8 of them on one finger in, like, 2nd grade. Passed out, whatever. Yeah.
He has a traumatic experience. You?
Dude, it was...
I've never heard that story.
Yes, it was
all these years. You had a traumatic experience with some red
Porter
wasps?
Elementary. You remember them little wooden things we could climb? I stuck my hand in one of them, and there was like a huge
the wood
wasp
monsters.
nest. Yeah, there was like a huge red wasp nest in there. So they like wham hit me. I pass out from the pain. Like I just hit the ground. Next thing I know, I'm in the
nurse's room.
Yeah, they're like Benadryl me up, all this stuff. So
red wasp.
Yeah.
So that's like your Batman thing. Like
I kill
you're
red
a
wasp.
wasp.
If I see a red wasp, I will kill that fool.
He's like
you
Dick Grayson.
Yeah, you can ask my dad, Ryan. Anytime like. Outside, if I'm around a red wasp, I will hunt it down and I will kill it. If I see it flying around, I'm like, you're gonna die. Like I don't like them, but for good reason, you know. So, but I used to see my grandpa dog. He'd let him land on him in his hand, and he just like it was stinging him. And I'm like, oh my god, like freaking out. He's just like,
smash him.
It's just a bug, son. I'm like, dude, he's so tough, dude. He was just tough, bro. He was just tough, and that's when he was like 60, 70 years old. He's still tough.
That would have been
man.
He would have been like around World War II. Was he World War II veteran?
Yeah, he went through the he was in service. He went through all the Great Depression.
Great Depression.
And all that,
yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't
tough,
want
man. Just tough.
I don't want times that are so tough that it makes people that tough. But you know what I was trying to allude to is that people need adversity in life.
Yeah, for sure.
To push them to do better, and you need adversity because adversity is kind of like change in a sense, and change it's inevitable and it's important. You know, people that embrace change do well. They're successful in whatever it is that makes them happy, not just wealth or fame. Like whatever it is that you're gonna find some happiness from, you're gonna have to embrace change to get there. You know.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, and you need that little bit of that adversity. I'm like a huge stoic personally. If guys don't know what stoicism is, you should be looking it up. Lots of stuff written on stoicism. I think it's really applicable to the modern today. You know, like the modern age. It works well for where we're at today, and it kind of says the same thing. You know, you
hate when Harper uses all these big ass words.
Stoicism.
I'm about to Google that shit.
4 syllables. Anything that's 4 plus is big. I agree.
I'm done, bro.
But yeah, you gotta be tough, man. You gotta be tough, and you gotta have some suffering in your life, because when you're having some suffering, it helps you live life. You know, like you're living life when you're having to make those decisions. You know, and you're constantly having to make a decision all the time, and it's not like getting to the decision that's made. It's having that decision to have to make. That's what's best for you. You know, constantly having goals that you're constantly chasing. Even if you break it down to minutia, like you hear the doorbell, you need to go get it or not go get it. You know, am I going to go get it? Yeah, I need to go get it. So I'm going to get up. I'm going to walk there and go get it. So you had to make a decision right there. And then as soon as it opens, someone's there. What are you going to say to them? How are you going to react to them? You got to decide if you're going to say anything. And life is like all these little micro choices, you know, where you can decide to do these things or not do these things. You know, it's change.
Decisions.
I mean, imagine if you just sat in the same spot and you never did anything, ever. That's like the worst thing I could possibly imagine.
Isn't that a hermit? Don't we classify that like a hermit?
Well, that's living all alone, but I'm saying doing nothing, you know?
Pretty much.
Like,
well,
some
hermits
guys
don't do much.
People might be hearing this, and you know what that's like to be in a kind of depressive state, and that's kind of, you know, that's the opposite of what I'm talking about. The opposite of the guy that's going out there and doing something, actually doing things, making things happen. He's just sitting at home all the time in the same kind of rut, not doing anything. It's hard to get out and do anything. Depressed.
Hey, well, if you're one of them people and you ain't got
Yeah.
shit to do, just look us up, Ronins to Riches, subscribe, follow. You can hermit your ass right there home and watch podcasts.
If you listen to us long enough, I guarantee you will not want to sit on your ass and do nothing. If anything else, we will try to motivate you somewhat through us talking to you.
You'll, at least
if there is
you'll be
anyone.
taking the trash out by next week.
Yeah. I will say a lot of the guys that
Maybe
listen
checking
to
the
us,
mail.
they have their shit together.
We'll start with small goals.
Yeah, but if you don't have your shit together, man, holler at us. Yeah, holler at us. And hit us up in the comments. We appreciate all the comments, good and bad. Actually, the first comment, I will say this, man. The first comment that we ever got, was like, I took the time to listen to y'all or something, but I didn't like it. Or shit sucks, or something like that. And I was like,
somebody showed up for the 10, but
I just loved it. I loved it. I was like, yes, I agree. We can, it's so much better. And like, it's cringy to do anything new, and like, you have to put yourself out there. And I agree. I don't want to listen to it, man. I want to high five this guy and like take him out for a beer for saying that my shit sucks.
Virtual high five.
Thanks for tapping me out, buddy. Thanks for tapping me out. I needed that, and I appreciate that. I can actually grow off that instead of some guy telling me, man, that's the best thing I ever heard. If it's not, I don't want to hear that. But that guy took the time to tell me he wanted to take a dump on it. Thanks, man. If you ever listen to us again, I appreciate that. And that was our first one. That's like our first little dollar bill, It's a burned dollar bill. It's ripped in half and says fuck you on it with a penis drawn on it.
Yeah, I hope you get hit by a dump truck.
And then you get $1 million from suing them.
No.
Yeah. You don't wish that evil on me.
We don't. You don't wish that evil on me, Ricky
I
Bobby.
don't.
But
the second guy that says a bad thing, fuck that guy.
Hey, look.
But him,
check
first
it out.
guy, love him.
I'm going to go all Harper on him. Constructive criticism.
Yeah.
No, it's good, though. We'll take it.
Another way to look at it, yeah.
Yeah, we'll take it.
I just thought it was awesome, man. I thought it was awesome. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back for not having an ego or anything, but
Well, this is our first podcast ever.
no, dude, I've been
It was the
casting
first
pods.
episode of your first podcast.
No.
Well, this is this is
Maybe
6,
for
but
you.
I'm just saying, like, I've never done a podcast.
What? You're a virgin of
wait,
podcasts?
No, I did one. My bad. Shout out Zach Moore, my boy Zach.
I watched that one.
10PATX.
That's you being on one.
Yeah, that was me being on one, but us like actually hosting one.
Yeah. I've been doing it forever. I've been
Damn.
casting pods
Mm.
since like 1990.
Dang.
Yeah.
You're the
Yeah.
real podfather.
My mama birthed me. I was ready for podcast.
He said
Came out with a
sarcasm.
Shure SM58.
Yeah.
Jay Pizzle is really the pod daddy.
I was like, "Where's the wormhole, mommy?"
He's the grandfather podmaster.
That's
the
right.
Jedi podmaster.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for a while.
How many
Our
years you
show
been-
has like 126 episodes.
How long have you been podcasting?
But I used to have an internet radio show.
Oh,
So
Joe
I-
Rogan style.
Damn,
Yeah.
JP's like a brown belt in the podcast world.
For real.
Maybe a black.
The first one was Abby
don't
and
say
Pierce
shit,
show,
no.
and then we had a show called The Wank Station.
The Wank?
The Wank Station.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then Not
Next.
Today Sane is the new one.
I'm buying some
it
nice
was horrible.
video footage, maybe later.
Mm.
I mean, video equipment.
That'd be
Oh,
cool.
Yeah.
that reminds me,
Wink, wink.
how are you doing with your paranormal documentary,
It's good, man. I got about 5 minutes done.
which took you about 10
Ooh.
hours?
Yeah, it took me a long time because I'm trying to walk the fine line of keeping it like simple, but not but good.
Are
So
you
it's like
trying to make it? Okay, so I feel like every documentary you're gonna make, you kind of have like a certain vision for it, maybe, or maybe you just have a template. I don't know. I'm assuming you kind of have like a vision that's more organic because I kind of know you. So you're thinking, I want to make it very like entertaining, but what's actually happening, or you're like, I'm trying to make it very stale and factual, and or are you trying to make it kind of scary? Like, what's the theme kind of towards your documentary?
Spooky face.
Like as you're thinking about it,
Well, what's funny is I didn't even have a vision for this film until it took me like a week after we filmed for me to realize, oh, this is what I want to do with it.
Mm-hmm. Is that normal?
No.
It takes you time to kind of
No.
have this?
The other two, the first one I directed and then the second one I edited, I already had an idea for those.
And you should.
before
I
we
think
went.
that's what works best.
Yeah,
when
this
you have
time-
success.
This time I just didn't have it, but now I do, and it's going somewhere, and it's starting to blossom into what I'm thinking. So
So you have the goal,
yeah,
boom, going to
and
it.
definitely you got to keep paranormal. I mean, obviously factual is number one importance, right? So like everything that is and it's presented as this is. I'm not saying it's a ghost or I'm paranormal. I'm just showing you that this is kind of weird. So I wanted to present it to you. You form your own opinion.
Oh, okay.
But then also keeping it entertaining too.
You
know,
I got you.
Making sure that segments aren't too long, because two people sitting in a dark room talking to thin air basically can get boring very fast.
Right.
So you have to keep it, like, the pace has to be. That's the hardest part, I think, with paranormal films, is like keeping the pace and not getting like stale, because it can get stale really fast.
Yeah, because you want to talk about what you want to talk about, but it takes time to do that, and you only have so much footage that you really want to put in there.
Right, exactly. So, but yeah, it's coming along. It's fun. I'm
excited about it.
Is it like tough to talk about sometimes because of like all the ghost rapings?
Yeah, it's like
trigger word.
I have like PTSD.
It's like flashbacks.
Edit.
Yeah, it's like flashbacks.
We call it grapings.
Oh, nice.
The grape van.
I likes that. Yeah,
that's poltergeist porn. That's what
it's all right. We're gonna be there one day. I'll be fighting off ghosts too.
Poltergeist porn, is that a thing?
I'm sure.
I don't know if I'm down for porn, because isn't porn
now,
part of like human trafficking and all that?
Yeah, dude. There's a lot. Well, yeah, there's a lot.
So we're not supposed to like.
There's a lot of talk about that. I've seen a lot of articles going into that.
I
you
look.
can imagine. So.
Poltergeist porn.
Oh man.
Don't Google that, brother.
Yeah. Don't put up no videos.
One, that's probably a real thing, and there's like a special branch of the government that has just red flagged.
There's a branch for it.
There's links right here for it.
No, they have your IP address now, bro.
Harry mom helps son.
Back out.
No. Back out.
I exited.
Beep.
I exited.
Beep.
Harry mom helps son.
Oh
no.
my god.
You need wrist control, and you need to get hips high and get out.
Yes.
Hips high,
Yes,
wrist control,
escape.
back
Yes.
out, bro.
Yeah.
Yep. Back out. Buttock compressor. Get out of there.
Harry
No
mom
underhook.
helps son. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. Guys, if you're watching this, tell us, do you want to see like a reaction video, like we watch it and then tell you what we think about it? Do you want us to look at it maybe live? Do you guys want to watch it with us? So he'll drop it live on his station, then you can watch it with us. We want to do something with it. Like, I want to watch it. I just want to do it right.
We should do a showing here. I got a little projector.
Yeah, we could do a showing too.
cool.
That could be part of our episode.
Yeah. Down.
We'll see what the nation wants, what the Ronins want.
That's right. Let us know. But yeah,
Hey,
go ahead.
Vaccine talk.
What?
Yeah, Johnson & Johnson.
What? Oh my god.
Yeah. Titanic, baby, ship's going down. Everybody jump off. Let's go.
Oh, shit.
I'm telling you.
I just saw Benny getting chunked off the bow.
Yeah, it's going to look like the Goonies, bro. You have kids coming out like them Simpson fish. With
Hey,
the
you
eyes. Oh, it's going to
guys.
be bad, bro. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to have to be the voice of reason on this motherfucking part.
Oh.
So what are you about? What kind of crazy shit are you about to say? Are you about to
I
say,
just said it
don't
pretty
get a
much.
vaccination because it might kill you kind of thing?
I just think that it's just crazy that I keep, like, I'm so sketched out about it because, for one, it's not a vaccine. Okay, vaccine.
Technically, by definition.
Yes, because
but a lot
like
of
we
things,
said,
they
there's
have
a lot of
different
they have
names.
trials. It has to go through like
Alright.
the FDA, the CDC.
But you use an Allen wrench, and you never complain because it's not called an Allen wrench, called hexagonal head
first
wrench.
responder also, remember, he was talking. That's what he was talking about because, like I said, you're supposed to go through protocols and
Yeah.
CDC.
They
and
rushed it because
the
were
flu.
worried
They've been
about people
trying
dying.
to cure the flu and get the vaccine right for hundreds of years, right? And it's still never.
Mm-hmm.
But like they pump one out in 4 months or something. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, sure."
But it's because the whole world was working on the same thing.
Well, people are dying now from blood clots and all kinds.
Okay,
of
so here's
crazy
what I
stuff.
think. I think that they had it, and I think that then they did kind of rush it through a little bit, maybe, and no one's really shown any issues. And then it's proven a batch got fucked up. And like, bro, how can you fuck up the most important thing right now? I get it. But things happen. And relatively speaking, I'm not surprised that a few people got fucked up from a batch that's fucked up. And if you look at millions and millions of people getting it, statistically, how many people are really getting that fucked up is probably not that many. So I don't know. But anybody getting fucked up from taking it does kind of worry me. So I definitely would be waiting to get it. I think that would be prudent. But I don't know if I'm going to be on the bandwagon of like, just yet, brother. I'm keeping it open to be like totally, I'm going to take a dump on it and be like anti-vaxxer. We're like, I'm not going to get a measles shot because measles might kill my baby.
Well, measles was
kind of
real.
thing. Well, I mean, COVID's a real thing too. Some people died from it.
It's the flu.
Okay, well, it's a different
The
name
flu
for the
is
flu.
real.
Should I say it's a different name of the flu?
Yeah, because
but that's a different argument.
The whole flu disappearing, well, it all works together. It's all the same. Like it's just all. It's a big giant shit show, and it's all running together. You know,
there is a lot of shit show going on.
Lack of time on the production and research and all that. The whole fear mongering thing where they just like want everybody scared so they can control them. The whole masking up when masks don't work.
I will say this:
people have vaccines and they're still wearing masks and they're still like looking at you like you have some crazy shit on your nose. You know, like they don't even want to stand next to you. It's like, come on, dude, you're vaxxed up, you're masked up. Like, you know, it's just how far is it gonna go? When's it gonna stop? Like. You know, like I said, the flu, they've been trying to get that right for hundreds of years. And nobody's ever had masks on. There's never been none of this crazy. Think about all the things that we've beat through our lifetime, especially people that are like 60, 70 years old. Can you imagine all the shit they've beat? And now, like, they're living their life in fear and stuck off in homes and shit because they're quarantined, you know, for how many years? Like, I know people that have been in quarantine for a while, bro, like over a year.
That's true.
And it's crazy because...
Well, they're much older. Maybe they have a condition that might make them more susceptible to it.
Yes, exactly. But think about how many things you beat with those same conditions. You've already been through so much of your life.
But this
with
is
all
a
these
different
conditions.
thing, though. It's a different thing, though.
Yeah, you got a 0.00001% chance to die.
That's true. That's true. I mean,
I guarantee you flu numbers from last year was way more than that shit. You know? And think about times before that, damn, what is it, Zika and West Nile, all this crazy shit that's always around.
I will say this, it kind of, the one thing it makes me think about is that, especially with the masks, in a sense, you have an issue, and in my mind, it is a worldwide issue. It was a real issue. Some people were dying, maybe more people that would normally be dying. If we could keep some people that wouldn't be dying from dying, who are Americans, I would want to do that. But it kind of also showed our government's inability to react quickly. And kind of like, well, hey, you know, they don't have a book either. It's just like, well, shit hits the fan. What are you doing? Everybody starts getting sick, and we don't really know because they don't really know what the fuck is going on exactly, right? So they're just trying to do the best they can sometimes. And for me, I think Trump kind of dropped the ball because he didn't want to make people do something because he's worried about re-election instead of being like, look, everybody's not going to wear a fucking mask, or everybody is, in a sense, right? So we can just make a decision and stick with it and be united. Instead, he kind of left it up to the states to individually decide, and the states want to dick around because it's an election year, and they're going to leave it up to individual, you know, counties.
It should be your will.
We got to be a united fucking front. Stick with it or don't. And the inability to organize a plan, whichever, brother. I'm not even saying which one. I'm just saying the very beginning of the problem.
Yeah.
We need to get our shit together. Like, I'm glad this happened now, and it isn't as bad because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Some kind of like biological thing or a disease or something will happen. And we need to be more prepared to be able to deal with that. You know, like have factories or facilities that can make vaccinations, or more people going into this kind of field of study, or just in general, motherfuckers being more clean, you know, being in better shape, taking care of their nutrition, taking care of each other.
There's a, and
you know,
they're still trying to ramp it up too, and and keep pushing it. What irritates me, because we're not even in a pandemic. We're like it's called something else, but we're like at the bottom of it, you know, like it starts, it ramps up, it gets to a peak, and then it starts to drop, and then you're like at the very end where it just is done. We're there. Maybe. And there's like charts showing in like numerous states. Like I said, that guy from Idaho I watched that. I
kind of feel like sometimes it might be Pop-A-Mole where it's like, yeah, everybody's going down, but this place is doing something different, so they're kind of up. So then we put them down, and then, you know, everybody's going down, so everyone takes their masks off, and then people start getting sick again, so we got to put them back on. We should have left them off or on for a continued amount of time. And I will say some of the countries, the Scandinavian countries that had very low COVID issues or no deaths, that didn't even wear masks, they had super high D, and really a lot of healthy people in their population. So that might be a bigger factor than maybe, all these other things.
It's not a pandemic and all this. So it's a vitamin D deficiency probably, you know what I'm saying? People are vitamin D deficient. A lot of people in America.
But I'm not a fucking scientist.
I'm just going off science.
You know.
Like, I'm going off facts from doctors.
From doctors and things that you've seen
from
who are scientists.
The video,
secondhand, though.
A couple videos I watched, and the guy even made a point to put it out there. Like, I'm not trying to sway people. That's like me right now. I don't.
He was giving you statistics,
thinks, but I'm voicing my opinion because, you know, like we were talking about earlier, the country's kind of soft. You know, this is definitely one of them things where I think the country was soft about because, leave it up to the people. It's your choice. You know what I'm saying? We've made it this long. The country's been around this long. You're 70, 80 years old. Do you want to quarantine? And at that age, you could die any day, honestly. I hate to say it, but damn, when you're 70 years old, like, you're on the bottom half of your life.
Some statistics like, hey, the average death is 71. The guys that died from COVID, the average was 71.
Yeah. In a lot of states, it's almost identical.
Yeah, I mean, some things is causation, some is just coincidence, some is just correlation.
Crazy shit, though.
But I agree, yeah, some of that. I'm open-minded to think about it. I'll tell you what, I'm probably going to get it, but it's going to be a while, especially if, there's making mistakes and things are fucking up. And there's no telling that, hey,
probably already had it.
Maybe 10 years from now, it tells you, oh, you know what? It gives you some weird cancer, and it causes a whole new thing, or it changes.
No, that's the Johnson and Johnson.
You never know, but I mean,
don't get that Johnson and Johnson.
You have to make the best decision at the time, though. At the time, you got to make the best decision.
If COVID hits you, you're gonna sneeze 3 times, eat 2 Flintstones, and you're done. You know what I'm saying? You'll live, but you take that Johnson and Johnson. You could have blood clots. You might have AIDS. You could catch like swine flu again. Hell, Ebola might come back.
So what's the other one?
Where's Ebola? That make it back?
Moderna, is that the one that people have been taking that has less issue?
I think so.
But that's the double shot
Pfizer.
one?
Pfizer's the double shot one, but people get really sick on the second shot.
I've got a homeboy that.
But the one that's had issues is the Johnson & Johnson one.
Correct.
So far. And you know what? For people that don't know, they've had issues before. And bro, they are a hugely powerful conglomerate. Johnson & Johnson is like, it's one of a few conglomerates. They're like a company that owns a ton of companies. They're a huge umbrella, tons and tons of money. They're like a world power kind of. And they've had some issues with vaccinations and things like that in the past too.
It's your choice, people. You want to get it, that's cool. You turn into a zombie, 2 in the chest, 1 in the head.
It's a hard conversation to talk about too when you're talking about hard conversation to talk about when you're talking about what the fuck. When you're talking about people leaving or getting jobs or flying and they're saying you have to have actual verification that you've gotten it, and you're like, well, I don't want to get it. And they're like, well, you fucking need it. So then kind of like, what's my right to not get it? But then again, if you want to drive a car, you need a driver's license. And, that's how it is. But then again, you didn't always need a driver's license. And I'm kind of more of a libertarian in the sense that I don't like more laws because laws restrict your freedom to do what you want.
Yes.
For the better or for worse. And a lot of people don't like that because they want to stop people from doing shit that they don't like. You're like, hey, I don't want this guy to marry that guy. Okay, well then don't fucking go to their wedding. Don't bother them and you won't have a problem. But maybe you try to make a regulation that keeps that from happening. Well, all you're doing is keeping someone from doing something that you just don't like, but you're keeping them from doing something that they want to do if it's not hurting anybody. And I think that way for a lot of different things. And if let's say, we don't like a lot of laws. Let's say you can't drink in here, you can't do this, or the speed limit. But we've decided that's how it is. You know what I mean?
Who decided?
Whatever the law is, right? The law of the man, right? Law of the man.
Yeah, I talked about this the other day in a couple comments because there was like some cannabis posts, and they were.
It's a whole nother bag, but
it's just laws government overreach. We talked about that last time,
which is funny because I was saying the government needed to make a decision on it, but yeah, some government overreach is bad. I'm talking about the sense of having a voice if we're gonna do something, instead of just leaving it up.
I just want to know how everybody's gonna feel if like all this shit where you can't fly if you're not vaccinated, you can't get your license if you're not vaccinated, you can't
it's tough.
Go shop in a grocery store unless you're vaccinated. Like, it's gonna be crazy, man.
Do you need a driver's license to drive? Yes, because it shows you're proficient to operate that vehicle. So let's just say, well, you need a vaccination card to show you're proficiently healthy to be around other people because you're a risk. Well, I don't know if that's like super proven necessarily.
The numbers just aren't there.
Do you have to have a measles shot to be able to fly, or a flu shot, or what other types of diseases are worse than that you don't need a certificate to fly or have? Is an argument that I could see. And again, because I'm more of a libertarian, I don't want these laws.
Serious.
I don't want these laws. I want people to do what they want. I don't want to restrict what other people can do. And I also don't want to have to pay a tax or get a hunting license, a fishing license, a license to dig a well, a license to build a home. Like, to me, taxation is theft already,
Government
which is
overreach.
a whole nother fucking bag. But I'm not into those things. You didn't have to used to do those things. So why are we doing them? Because they want money, because they want maybe to keep a record, maybe some of it's for safety. I'm sure there's some benefit, but more security comes less freedom. You want more freedom,
Exactly.
but you have less security. I
It
understand
should
the
be free
balance,
will. It should everything.
but I like
you
a
know?
little more freedom personally. So I don't know where I lie on that whole, oh, you need a certificate, this and that. I'm kind of the mind of you really shouldn't. But then again, if I'm a company maybe, and I'm saying, well, we're not going to hire you unless you have this, that's the same way that they can say, like Reynolds and Reynolds or somebody, we're a no tobacco company. You smoke cigarettes, we won't hire you. It's their choice to say if they want to do that, because that's not based on a race, religion, gender, whatever kind of biases or preference or whatever. So they can say that. So I could see going forward people being like, we're going to not hire people doing this. Some airlines might even be like, if you're not vaxxed, you're not flying with us. Some other countries, we're not taking Americans because they already don't particularly like us right now for potentially many different reasons. We won't get into that, but they just don't like us right now, and they don't want to take us in maybe, especially if we're not vaccinated. Some airlines might be like, if you're not, we won't take you. Some countries won't take you, and that's their prerogative, which would be kind of a pain in the ass because it just, compartmentalizes, isolates us more. I don't think that's good. But it's a sticky situation, man.
It's crazy, man. This country was built on so many skewed laws. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
How many people do you think actually think about what they should be thinking? I think a lot of people just whatever their dad said or their buddy says, they just go with it. When they get angry, they read it. They hear that echo chamber on Facebook. How many people are really taking time to think about? Ronins, I know y'all are watching this because you take your time to watch shit like this. You're watching podcasts because you're not just going to watch whatever random media is out there, like multi-billion-dollar guy, production company. You're down to just watch a regular person just talk about shit. Because you're thinking for yourself.
Talk.
Somewhat thinking for yourself, at least.
Like I was saying, though, the laws, man, like there's so many skewed things about it, like how, it was an article about cannabis and how it's curing and stuff, like how it can be
Found
used
a way
for
to
medicine.
talk about weed.
No. Cannabis, bro. Medicine, man. It's medicine for real. Like CBD, the hemp, all this stuff. Like, first off, my sponsor, Sam, Happy
sponsor.
Hippie House. Yeah, Happy Hippie House. Hemp, CBD products, all the best you can find, 100% natural. Sam, saved himself pretty much. He was really sick. End up, digging into CBD and natural remedies and stuff. The man cured himself. He's, healthy as hell now, got his own shop, but it's medicine, man. And he was reaching out.
It can be.
He's starting a market out there. He's going to do, a little market out in front of his place. So he reached out to, I think it was Precinct 3 or something, trying to get somebody to be out there to, make sure traffic don't get fucked up, nobody gets hit or anything. They denied him, said because, what the products you sell, we can't help you. So he had to dig and ask for help and shit like that. But it's just that's the shit I'm talking about. That image, oh God, marijuana, cannabis, oh God,
has a negative connotation.
The same person that says that probably got a script for 20 different narcotics, smoke cigs or beer. Or take some stupid ass shit they found in a store, but you want to knock on that? It's a real medicine, bro.
Yeah, he's a legitimate businessman.
Yeah, it's legitimate. You can go shop at a store. He's got honey and CBD infused honeys. He's got CBD infused candles. He's got all kind of stuff, man. It's just a bad.
That
store.
market,
Happy Hippie House
in general. Marijuana in general as a market. You're seeing billionaires, millionaires, multi-billion-dollar companies getting into it. When fat cats are getting into it, there's obviously money in it. It's only going to grow. You're seeing states that are legalizing it. They're making millions of dollars a year.
The big thing is
Texas is going to legalize it.
I guarantee you. I don't know, man.
Bro, now there's two, 3 places in Houston
that
have recreational.
Big Pharma
medicinal.
is probably the anti. If you see any of these crazy commercials that are bashing.
You think Big Pharma is trying to keep pot down?
Hell yeah,
I think some Big Pharma is trying to get pot because they're just going to make pot themselves.
If they can make money off of it, maybe. But what's going to happen to all their cancer research and all the
they'll keep them. They'll do
chemo,
both. I think they'll do
all
both.
The chemo and
they'll do both.
You're gonna start shutting. They're gonna have to start shutting some of them down because you're gonna find out these natural remedies work. You don't have to have thousands of dollars invested in the scripts per year and things like this.
I think they'll do both. Gander Mountain Academy.
Yeah,
they're usually right next to each other when you see them.
Yeah, because
they're all by the same freaking company, so they just keep them both. I think they would do both. If the pharma, if pharma can make money, bro, they're gonna make money. If they got to create a disease, if they got to fix a problem.
Yeah, but what makes more money? You know what I'm saying?
Both, brother. Having cancer drugs and having marijuana is making more money than just having pot or just having cancer. So you could
prescribe somebody a little vape, $30 worth of CBD vape, and some lotion that could take away something, but they could sell them thousands of dollars in narcotics.
Because
You
it's
know,
up to
or
people. People are
X
going to
amount.
choose what they want, though.
Yeah, no, but I'm
Because
just
a
saying,
lot of
it's-
people, dude, me
it's sketchy,
personally,
bro. I'm
I don't
telling
think that CBD cream is going to cure me of cancer.
No, not
So,
not just the
That's
cream,
just bullshit,
but there is,
in my opinion.
there
But
is
if some
natural
guy
remedies,
thinks
though.
that CBD is going to cure his cancer, then he's going to spend money on CBD.
Well, it's not just CBD. You gotta
mean,
change your whole diet and all that
Hey,
shit. And there's a lot of natural remedies.
I'm generalizing.
But I'm just saying for pain ailment, just not cancer. That was just I was hitting it hard with that, but
There is some studies
pain
about
ailments,
THC and CBD and different additives from
live and prove.
those kinds of things affecting cancer growth. So there is
Well, not cancer, but
no
pain,
cancer. There
pain,
is some.
Yeah, I know.
There is some.
But I'm just saying, like pain reduction, like
Yeah, inflammation, depression.
Would
a lot
I
of
rather
things.
eat a bottle of, Advil a week,
Vicodin or something?
or go get prescription for Vicodin? Or they give you
No.
all this crazy shit. Like that's what I'm saying. It's so extreme to go that route when a simple plant or a little cream or some, maybe a couple drops out of a
Bengay.
tincture every day. So if it's me, I'm gonna try to stay natural. I've been that way my whole
Yeah.
life. If I can stay that way, I'm doing pretty good right now. So
Yeah, I'd prefer to put a
Yeah.
salve on me than take a pill, no doubt. I mean, I don't even want to take a Tylenol.
exactly, yeah. I
So,
don't even take
yeah.
Advil and shit. So but yeah,
But I think it will. I think Texas will legalize
But
it.
I just
100%.
don't understand how like the laws, you know what I'm saying? Because they can classify like cannabis in the same category as like methadone or Xanax or all this crazy. Like, dude, have you seen?
I think it's blowback. If you look at the 70s with the
Was-
hippies,
yeah.
those parents,
Like I said, we're based on.
well, no,
skewed-
those parents were partying, and then their children grew up to be the guys that are in power now, and they had like a really big backlash from all that drug age. So they crack down hard, and they think that pot is just like cocaine, basically,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But really, it's like tobacco, like alcohol. It is there. It's around. There's a black market from it. Tax it. People want it. Give it to them.
But it's healthy.
Control it. If it's healthy, great. And if they would legalize it, what's going to happen is a medical field that already has a lot of stress and strain and barriers, like you said, like our sponsor, these barriers, these political kind of barriers or biases, they'll be able to open those doors. If legalization across the states is open, then research for it can start getting funds. They can start getting grants. They can start getting legitimate in that field of study, because other countries, Israel, Pakistan, India, they have old folks' homes in Israel, and they're prescribed medicine and marijuana as part of their actual geriatric vitamin whatever cocktail, I suppose, right? So other places are doing it for research in a sense, and here it's not looked at, as well. So I think, it would open that, and I think there is a lot of medical benefit from cannabinoids and endocannabinoids
Well,
and that kind of stuff.
It's not even close to the same as like cigs, man. That shit's killing people.
Yo,
I said my
definitely.
pops, he just had a stroke over that shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? From smoking cigarettes. And that, alcohol, I think there's been a study showing that like minimal amounts, like I think 12 to 14 ounces of alcohol could increase white blood cells, and you can recover faster from things and shit. So obviously there might be some benefits, but too much, is what fucks it up on the alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
And then cigs, man, they're just, like I said, that's the worst two drugs, really. Besides ding dongs and shit, like Kit Kats, they're all sold at every convenience store. So that's what
Corn
really,
fructose.
That's what really grinds my gears,
Yeah.
is shit like that, because people want to like shame and like like the devil, and I'm like,
But the real
come
devil's
on,
over
man.
here,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly. Yeah, it's like you can go to the convenience store and get shit 10 times worse than this right now. Like, what are you talking about? So, yeah.
That's an easy choice to make, though.
Yeah. Anyways, I ain't gonna harp on that too long.
No, but I mean, it's good stuff that needs to be talked about.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. We've been thinking about it more recently, but it does come up. I'm sure other people think about it.
Yeah.
for sure.
Have
sure.
to be. Hopefully they are.
Yeah, I would hope people would understand that, like we were saying with everything else, it's your choice, but at least do some research and understand what you're shaming, you know what I'm saying, and look at all the pros, not just what's bad about it. There's so many benefits, you know what I'm saying? It's helped. I can't tell you how many people. I know personal people that had family dying from seizures and shit because they couldn't get medical clearance here in Texas, to get cannabis. And then that was the only thing that was helping him. The only thing. And they couldn't get it here. They'll give him
So
a
they have
ton
to
of other
move
shit.
somewhere else
He'll
or
go to the
whatever.
doctor. They're spending shit tons of money going to doctors trying to find all these things, but that's the one thing they know helps every time.
Mhm.
But he can't get it legally.
Like a tincture kind of thing.
Yeah, tinctures, yeah. So it's crazy shit, man.
Yeah.
Do y'all want to finish on some jujitsu stuff?
Oh, I mean, whatever, man. We're always talking about martial arts.
Yeah, for sure. But no,
You have, like,
I
a
think it's
quick
good
fire?
to stray away. Well, there was one thing that happened that I think
It was like
would
chill
be-
and then kind of heavy.
Yeah, there was one thing that happened. Our segues are great. There was one thing that happened that was kind of funny. Dillon Danis made an appearance on Andrew Schultz. He's a comedian
Oh
on
my
his
God.
podcast.
Dylan
And
Davis.
Okay.
What a fuck.
Did y'all listen? Did y'all listen to
dipshit.
any of it?
Yes. Another dumbass Red Foreman.
If
Okay,
I had seen
so
something Dylan Dennis related, I probably
Man,
would have
that
not
dude's-
even looked at it.
It's entertaining.
that
You
guy's
should.
like
I
one-
really don't have a lot of time to be surfing. Like guns, training.
Knives.
You know what I mean? Work.
guns, knives, and training.
Oh,
Maybe
knives.
drinking a few Brewskis.
Huge.
That's
I'm
Harper.
a huge knife guy, Ronins.
Shanks,
Huge.
Shanks.
Like
Shanks and Cranks.
modern. Yeah. Shanks and Cranks. That was going to be a podcast of mine where I was just going to talk
We'll just
about
throw it in
jujitsu and pocket knives, modern pocket knives,
Jujitsu
traditional
and
pocket
pocket
knives. I really only collect one traditional pocket knife company, Great
Calf
Eastern
cranks,
Cutlery.
not face cranks. We're nice guys.
I have to get you guys some. If anyone knows what Great Eastern Cutlery knives are, you're a badass. I got this motherfucker in the knives, and all the guys
got a
around me,
shank.
I got in a craft beer. If you touch me, you're going to be a craft beer guy. You can't help.
Shit, somebody need a knife.
That's what I'm talking about.
Got
Yup.
a shank, bro.
Now
Always.
that's nice.
Mm-hmm. I'm the change. Like, I'll be the change I want to see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you
Everybody needs a shank.
Yep.
Especially me. Can't
Oh.
keep no gun.
All right. So, what
go. Oh,
are we doing? Like a blast off 10? Like quick
well,
fire or
well,
something?
Well, that Dylan
No, I
Danis
think he had
thing.
Dylan D. Dylan dumbass.
It's funny, dude. It's
He-
funny.
All right. Let me know.
Dude, it's
Dude, he
Slipped on
said
a
that
banana
Gordon
peel?
Ryan's girl kissed him.
bro.
Bullshit.
Gordon-
When?
I can't remember. I was at some competition.
Did
Before
you
they
see?
dated?
No.
No. Did you see
Bullshit.
the
And
response?
who cares even if he
Yeah.
is? I've
Did you
heard-
see Gordon's
Yes.
response?
Oh, and he said he would pay him the money. And,
10K. He told me he would pay him 10K.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
it pulled. I had it pulled up right here. He says, so first, one of his first things said, Andrew Schultz. This is Gordon Ryan. He said, Andrew Schultz, did you ask Dylan Danis about how he pulled out of the last ADC with a hurt back, coincidentally on?
Did you
the
just
same-
air quote
I
hurt
did.
back?
Yeah, because he quoted it.
Air quote.
Coincidentally,
broke up
on the
with him.
same day, his girlfriend, who was already getting plowed by half of every NFL team, dumped him, and he erased all the pictures with her.
Danis was dating some NFL cheerleader type chick.
Yeah.
Or
Was
something?
he?
I guess.
Something like
Um,
that.
So he was
Sound
like,
like a
it would
groupie.
be great to know if you pulled out for a hurt back or a hurt heart.
Probably both.
And then he said, this is what Lonnie brought up. He said, if Dylan Danis accepts a match at Flow Grappling, I will publicly call the sub. I'll finish him with
A week.
1
Week
week before
before.
the event, so he knows what's coming. And I will personally pay him $10K of my own money just to win against me.
That's
waiting
crazy,
on YouTube.
dog.
He needs to take it.
He should.
He won't.
talks
Why
about-
don't
he
these
won't,
guys
though.
do this shit? I don't get it, dude. If you want to be a fucking jujitsu guy, you want to be a fighter, you want to be a competitor, then fucking grow some balls and compete, man. Don't talk shit behind a fucking screen or a keyboard. Get some nuts and do it. Make some money. Shit, 10 G's.
Yeah.
Man, back in the day when we were doing this shit, 10 fucking G's
know,
is
bro.
$1 million.
Yes.
And
Still
today,
I would fight a grizzly bear for 10 G's.
I mean, is Dylan Dennis
Right
balling
now.
that hard that 10 G's is just a piss in a canyon? No way. No way, man. And even if he's not, do it anyways. Give that money to charity. Like, at least show people, hey, you know what? I would respect Dylan Dennis if he went out there and lost in 10 seconds. I would respect him more than I do right now.
For
Yeah,
sure.
For sure.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's probably not going to get that hurt because, he's pretty high
He's
level.
like one of the most publicized or like advertised losers I've ever seen because
Yeah.
he don't really. He's done
he
a
basically
few
got
things,
booted out of
but-
Marcelo's camp because I think he couldn't check his ego off the mat. And he wasn't listening to Marcelo, who kind of a staple
Dude,
in
like
the world,
Nathan
man.
Orchard choked the shit out of that dude. And he was
Danis?
still talking shit. Yeah, like he
Yeah.
just. I don't know, man.
Guy has an ego issue.
Well,
Can't
it's
get
funny
right.
in this podcast, everybody just thinks he's a troll. But when you listen to this podcast, I honestly think he's just delusional. Like legitimately
crazy. Yeah, yeah,
delusional.
yeah.
I mean, could it just be he's trying to be so confident that he, like a Conor McGregor kind of wore off on him, but he's
Yeah.
not Conor McGregor?
I don't know. That's what I thought first. But when I listened to the podcast, I was like, dude, I really think this guy really believes what he's saying.
Maybe he just went on a huge.
He
binge.
is good.
Maybe he went
Yeah,
on like a
but-
giant binge and smoked a bunch of smack or something, and now he just never came back. He's just off.
Maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a really good point.
Anyways, what a dumbass.
I don't think he did smack. Disclaimer.
Dillon dumbass
Edit.
might have. No edit.
I didn't know. Fuck, I'm not editing that one. Dillon
So
Danis.
you're not editing
Not
that.
that one.
No.
Yeah, it's just entertaining. It's funny to watch just to hear him like speak, and
Yeah.
he tries really hard not to talk about Gordon Ryan. You
I
can
feel
tell.
like he's just fake, you know, and like the Jake Paul thing too, or like some of those kinds of guys. You're spending so much
Jake the
time and
fake.
energy with being fake, creating this fake persona. Just what's that like?
just selling out for money.
What's it like, man? It takes so much energy to fucking lie,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to not be a genuine person.
Yeah, that'd be like if next week they're like somebody comes down and they're like, okay, Lonnie, it's like an agency, and they're like, Lonnie, we want you to wear a mask. You're gonna go get a vaccine. We're gonna pay you all this money, so you know, just go with it. I'm like, dude, I'm not a vaxxer. I'm not a, you know, I just took it. I just took the money and, you know, came up with all this fake shit. And that's what I talk about that all the time. You know, that's like with me and 10P. I'll be 10 till I die.
Mhm.
Like I'm gonna be 10P until I die. There's no question in my mind. Like nobody can come and like sway me. You know, if somebody sees me doing good over here, got a lot of students. Hey man, you know, come hook up with some Gracies. Like, no, hell
Loyalty
no. Like,
is royalty.
yeah, exactly. Loyalty is royalty. So, yeah, man, be who the fuck you are, like, and do it. You know what I'm saying? Say what you mean and mean what you say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, be the truth, man. Don't some fake ass.
That goes along too,
Jake
with
the
just
fake
not
or
being a puss, because
Dillon
sometimes you got to
dumbass.
be yourself, and people won't like you sometimes, or people are going to tell you things that you don't like, but
That's
it might
cool.
be beneficial to you.
Constructive
Yeah,
criticism.
and also
yes.
yeah, exactly. And not only that, but you
Big
don't have to
words.
be shaped
Boom.
by that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like internally, you're good, you're motivated. External shit, people what they say, ultimately you can take it as criticism and grow, or you can be pissy about it. All you can control is what you're going to do about it. And if you want to be pissy, then you're choosing that.
No, man.
Or
I used
you
to
can choose constructive criticism. You know,
when I first started all this, you know, I used to be so worried. I think I told you a couple times. I used to be so worried about like everything. You know, it's like, what am I doing? What people think? You know, and now I'm just like, man, we're gonna do our
to
thing.
a lesser extent, yeah.
But
Yeah.
we're gonna do our thing, and it is what it is. I don't watch anybody's
Yeah.
hype. Like,
We're not worried about y'all.
You know,
we're doing us.
you got
I
1,000
agree.
students over there at your school. That's cool, bro. Kill it, cause I ain't got that. And I don't care. You know what I'm saying? We got what we got, and that's what we're doing. And so you can't fall into all that and worry about all this shit, cause then maybe that starts to. Maybe that's what happened to Dillon Dumbass. He just started like feeding into too much shit. And
Oh,
made
yeah.
him so faked it.
I
Now he
agree.
can't come back. Now he's just Jake the
Or
fake.
like people think, you know, grass is greener on the other side,
yeah.
kind of thing. But really, it's greener where you
I
water
sold
it.
my
you know?
soul to the devil. Yeah,
Where you
and
spend
never
your
come
time.
back.
It's true. Like I could easily make entertaining fake paranormal stuff that would get tons of views. People knowing it's fake for some reason will still watch it and get tons of
I mean,
views.
if you love getting views, you would do that. But you love making original content
Yes.
that reflects who the fuck you are.
yes.
Real
That's
is
what makes you
real.
happy.
Yeah, because I would just hate that. I would
Original
end up
content.
hating it,
Real
even though I was
recognized
making money,
real.
because money's not the root. Of
For you, it's
happiness.
not.
Right.
Right, and
for me,
that's-
yeah, and that's
I mean, when I see someone that has like a mansion, it doesn't mean I don't want nice things and I don't want
Right.
stability, because I do, because I want to take care of, you know, the people around me. But I just think to myself about certain things, I'm glad I'm not the kind of person that needs that. If he does or he likes it, that's awesome. But
That's
I
on
never
him,
really
yeah.
had the desire to have that. And if I did, I probably would just be like living in one room, kind of, because that's kind of who I am. But other things, I really desire them. You know, it might be something small. It's just kind of who we are. And I don't look to covet other things or look to be jealous, really. I just look at it as I'm glad I'm not the kind of person that needs that. And not because he's bad. I'm just not him. And that's cool. I'm not happy with that.
Yeah, I definitely want to see all my homies do good. You know, I want my
Yeah,
team like, yeah,
definitely. If
yeah,
you're
I
doing
don't
well,
understand that. Like,
I'm
why
doing
they're hating
well.
on your homies, or you know what I'm saying? It's like I want everybody to do right. Like I want everybody to do well. So
I think that's just people displacing, you know, their own insecurities on stuff. If you're like, well, I have to admit that someone else is doing well, it might make you look at yourself and say maybe you're not doing as well as you could be, and that stings. And instead of doing something about it, you just take a dump on them. Maybe, you know,
yeah.
could be.
I don't
It's
know.
truth.
Well, he's doing a good job of it. He's popular for that reason. So I guess he's doing what he wants to do, and hopefully, I'd like to see the match just because I'd like to see Gordon, wreck shop. But
yeah, good job, Dillon Dumbass. I hope you take the match.
He might just be. I mean, maybe genuinely he's kind of cringy. Like Henry Cejudo, I don't think he's genuinely that cringy. He just tries really hard to be cringy.
Mm-hmm. Well, we can end it. That's it for that. There was one thing I was thinking. Instead of doing closing statements, I had a question for y'all that had to do with
You
jiu-jitsu.
never
Yes.
shut my closing statements down.
Sorry.
Right. So we get a question first, and then
I
we'll do
signed
the
a
statement.
contract
There we go, there we
that I would have M&M's, only green ones, a closing statement, and whiskey.
Damn, you didn't have the
That's it.
M&Ms or whiskey tonight.
I know. I'm fucking pissed.
So give me the fucking statement.
So I'm getting my fucking
I'm
statement.
about to call corporate about this shit.
No, I'm playing. No, I'm playing.
So right now I'm in a weird
Am I?
headspace with jiu-jitsu in the sense of I feel like my game is just like it was like I felt like it was evolving and I felt like I was getting better and I'm just hitting this like weird plateau and just super stale.
So weird.
And I don't know what the fuck to do. It feels like I'm like I feels like I'm so unconfident for some reason when I've been rolling lately and I don't know.
Somebody about this just yesterday, but I was complimenting him. It was Duke, some of the newer guys, and I was like, man, Lacey. I was like, I feel like you guys have just hit a growth spurt right now. You know, when you first came in, you were like with anything, when you start something new, I feel like you're not necessarily really good at it. And those guys, particular guys that we had here, they kind of had like this little growth spurt. Like all of a sudden they really started to connect with passing, or they really started to understand how to control posture or something, right? Some kind of concept. And it really helped them grow. But you can't grow kind of exponentially every single day. You're not going to hit a PR every single day, you know? And I was telling him right now, you're in the zone right now, you know? And that's why you think that guy is easier or harder, because maybe he's in or out of that zone. Maybe you're in or out of your zone. You know, how much you've been training lately, or just maybe you're not training as much right now, but you're just better than ever because the time off, or you just matured, or you understand a move now. You know, you never know. Sometimes you hit a move on a white belt, and let's say you've been training 20 years, and that was what you needed to click for something. Or you watch something on TV or a video. You never know. So if you do feel like that, it's just like anything. You know, you can't be getting promotions and every single day as a PR. You definitely have had that. You've had a wave, bro. You came in here and definitely had a lot of growth in what we were doing, just really the 10P side of stuff. And then, you kind of, died off a little bit because the guys around you are getting better too. And you're also looking at the tiny minutia of your game instead of taking on a whole new chunk. But it will come, dude. It will come.
It's what Harper was, hitting on earlier about the adversity. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see a little adversity. You know what I'm saying? You don't want everything to be a cakewalk.
You were killing guys with legs for a while, and that's when you were growing the most.
But that's like,
and now you're not.
It's the same
because you're not killing them the same. They got better.
They're getting better too. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You are all growing together. So it's part of the journey, man. You're gonna see ups and downs. It's almost like watching stock market and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a lot of highs and lows, but it's okay. It's all part of the journey.
It's nice too because you can see how they're helping you get better, or maybe like, I feel deficient, I'm worse. Really, it's your brother right next to you that's woven into that quilt. That's just better. All the dudes around you are better. It's not you're worse. You know what I mean? So you can kind of take it that way. See how you are all working together towards making individually each of y'all better. That's how it is in the real world too, but we don't choose to be that way.
And
and there's dicks out there, right? So they don't want to be part of the little.
I'll touch on this too, like from an instructor standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Because when I first started, obviously, I sub my guys all the time during training. And that's because they didn't know much. But I have to teach them. And it's not like I'm just going there trying to kill them every time. I let them work, but in the end, I usually sub them. So, as the years progress, obviously sub ratios go down. There's a lot of more stalemates and things like that. So there's been times where I went home like, damn, man, am I doing something wrong? I don't hardly get any more subs anymore. And then it hits me like, no, you're doing everything right. You know what I'm saying? Because these guys should be getting better. If you're not subbing them, that means that you're doing your job and they're getting better. And that pushes me to get better, to have to find different routes to catch them. So it's just cat and mouse the whole time, but that's part of it. So it's nothing you're doing wrong. It's probably a lot of things you're doing right. You're making better training partners, They have to watch legs more. They have to watch things that you have in your game more than what they play. And then that makes them better because they're having to evolve. At that moment, you know what I'm saying, they're like, oh, shit, I wasn't a leg player, but JP been catching me every time, so now I have to find out how to defend that. So it's nothing you're doing wrong, man. It's just, like I said, it's part of the – and coming from a weightlifter background, I can tell you about plateaus. It's going to happen, especially when you start getting higher in weight, jiu-jitsu higher in rank. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. You'll
Yeah,
probably see more plateaus.
And you got to
it's-
push
yeah.
yourself too. You know, we have to. The more we lose in here, the more positional drilling we can do, the worse we can be, and deeper. So we have to push ourselves. Or the open mats that we do, where we have other guys cross training with us that they don't know us. You know, they want to come harder, or us having to train with higher guys. We're doing the same thing, trying to find a way to lose. I'm always trying to find someone to beat me. I'm trying to lose every day. You know, find guys that are going to beat me, so I can continuously get better. You know.
And that's why we don't,
because the guys are going to catch up.
We don't have a whole lot of rank in here, especially a rank above us. So we just got to push y'all as hard as we can and get y'all as good as we can. You know, so stalemates are a good thing.
I think a lot of gyms too. You know, the instructor, when you can train with them, it's nice, but not all instructors are physically able to do that. But I think that they should, because not familiarity breeds contempt, but I think it helps them be better. You're always getting better with your training. You're always going to be better probably than the people you're teaching, in a sense, just because. But there will come a time when your age, there's a graph, right? There's a certain median that they're going to meet. But I think it's important to constantly be training yourself, constantly be putting yourself out there, constantly be trying to grow and lose, or be out there. You know, let your guys see, hey, I'm not invincible, or whatever. It's good for you. I never want to be someone that thinks they know it all. I always want to have the mentality of like a white belt, or the mentality at work or relationships or anything. It's like in the beginning, you have that thirst for knowledge. You want to help people. Like a relationship, everything's really good in the front. You're really trying hard to make each other happy. But like 10 years or not, well, you want that same mentality of like, I want to do positive, I want to soak things up, I want to, enthusiasm for that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you can find enthusiasm for that thing.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I think I'm going to try to soak in what y'all said and see it from that perspective.
We feel that way too, man. Plenty of times.
Yeah.
We have felt that way.
Yeah.
Damn, maybe getting better. You know, oh man, I got this. Like the little things make a big jump.
Mm-hmm. True.
Just today was drilling some shit.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Well, that's it. Closing statements.
Oh, I did get a closing statement. Look up cryptocurrency, maybe invest some in it. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to leave you with that.
Okay.
Ethereum. Jump on it.
Oh God.
Yeah. Man, I'm tired of like racial problems in this country.
Just everybody get around.
Nah, I just want everybody.
That's your
like,
final
this
thought?
Week, yeah. My final thought is this week or this month.
Be nice to somebody of a different color.
No. Try not to judge anyone based on skin color or religious beliefs, anything like that. I want you to think about this. Classify people into two categories. You got shitbags and you got good people. That's all you need to worry about, people.
Yeah, that's true. That's 100% true.
So be nice to people.
Yeah. If they're decent people.
Yeah.
If they're shitbags, no.
Invest in cryptocurrency, maybe.
Yeah, there you go. Ethereum.
Well, that's it.
No, you can give us one non-ghost related.
Ooh, okay. I was gonna say I was going on ghost hunt Saturday.
I'm coming home, baby. Don't be mad at me. It's so late.
Give me that hill, Jake Paul. I want that hill.
I didn't say nothing bad tonight. I can sleep inside.
Give me that fucking heel
Not
hook.
the couch again. Yeah, give me that hill, Jake Paul.
No more couch sleeping for JP. Oh.
That's right.
Hashtag couch lives matter.
Couch lives matter.
Yes.
CLM.
All right, we're out.
Hey,
Later,
we
Ronins.
out. Yes. Remember, subscribe. Okay. Like. Tell your friends. If you're coming to the seminars, you get a deal if you've seen it on the podcast. Don't be a Dillon dumbass. Do it, people.